I officially hate this. I was on mute the entire damn time. I went back and checked the video. I was on mute that entire 37 minutes. Now I have to go through all that explaining again. This video is probably going to be half the time of that video. Let's just get started. So, after defeating all that crap with Naruto, Sasuke, and all that crap, they go and kill Orochimaru because they wanted the power, of course. Then, after that, they'd kill Orochimaru, of course. Then they go straight for Itachi, fighting Itachi, going bop bop bop, bop bop bop, boppity bop bop bop, until they do a final clash between between Plasma Fist and Kirin, which both hit Itachi. Then Christian just says that he wants the truth and never wants to kill Itachi, and he knows that the Leaf Village was tricked, that he was told to do it by the Leaf, and he's not gonna attack the Leaf. He just wants them to go normal. Then Itachi would go all willy-nilly, going normal. Then they head straight back to the Leaf Village. Then Christian would body flick into the Hokage's office, knocking out the 2 guards, then going in, saying that they're all blah 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 blah, and that they're gonna be coming back, and they're staying here. Then they'd go. Then the next day, they'd all get their eyes implanted in, like the new ones. I'm still mad about that. I am very, very, very mad. Because now I'm taking a long time to explain this stupid thing again, and now I have to explain it all again because it was all on damn you. I really don't want to do this video. You don't know how much I don't want to do this video, but I need to do it since it makes more sense. Like, why did I have to be on Meat Barrel? Why? So, they'd go. Then they get all their eyes implanted. Christian would get Shisui. Then first they go kill Lonzo. Frickin'. See? This is why. I wish I was never on mute for that. I am so mad. Why was it? I literally checked my thing. It was on. 2 seconds at the end of the video. Oh wait, it was off the entire time. Why? Literally, they go kill Danzo, steal Shisui's Sharingan before it does. Then they all get their eyes implanted. Itachi gets Fugaku's, Christian gets Shisui's, and Sasuke gets Itachi's. Then Christian finds the bodies of Fugaku, Shisui, Jiraiya, Minato, Kushina, Fugaku, and Mikito. Then they grab the scroll ceiling and learn the Flying Raiji. They learn jutsus with Christian, learning the reanimation, reanimating Minato, Kushina, Mikito, and Fugaku, and Shisui, and Jiraiya. Then, for Naruto's and all their birthdays, Christian would cook up a giant feast, spamming going, and then he uses wood style to create a giant mansion that they all live in. Then, for the surprise, Jiraiya and all them would come in. They'd have a blast, they'd all get their presents. Minato gives them all Flying Raijin Kunai. He gives Christian and Sasuke both a Ninja Blade Uchiha. Mikito gives Christian a teddy bear, and his old teddy bear that Itachi accidentally ripped. Then Kushina gives them all necklaces that have all that symbols of friendship. Now we can resume back to the canon timeline. Phew. So, when they're all hanging out in the mansion, they all wake up. Christian says, "Hey, lazy heads, get up!" Every family has 2 dorms, which basically means everyone on the team has 2 dorms. They can all get in. I'm not sure if Hiyashi would live with them, but I'm pretty sure Hiyashi would, saying that this is much more luxurious than the Hyuga house. And then, there we go. Christian says, "Everyone come down here, food's ready." He says, "Ugh." Everyone says, "Whoa." Hiyashi says, "This kid can cook." Fugaku says, Fugaku and Mikito both say, "That's our son." He says, "Is he like secretly half meat?" Kushina says, "This kid can cook amazingly." When everyone takes a bite, they all go, "Yummy." But then they all get ready for something that they wish doesn't happen. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, Itachi's got Mangekyo, Shisui's got Mangekyo, Itachi's got Eternal Mangekyo. Shisui's got Mangekyo, Christian's got Shisui's Mangekyo, but he still got his eyes from the reanimation. Sasuke's got Itachi's, Itachi got Itachi got Fugaku's eyes, and Fugaku grew his own eyes from the reanimation. Then Christian senses him from Minato. He says, Minato, do you have part of the nine-tailed fox in you? He says, how'd you guess? He says, chakra sensing. I sense the two deep chakras, and only Naruto has the nine tails. He says, and before any of y'all parents say he's a demon, shut the fuck up. Because he is a normal human being. It's just the fox spirit that lives inside of him. Also, Kurama hates humans because they tortured him. AKA, basically, they hate him because basically they only used him for power. He was adorable when he was a baby Kurama. He says, out of nowhere, a giant wave would hit the entire Leaf Village of chakra. Itachi would wrap everyone in a Susanoo going, but Christian doesn't make it in, so he activates his own. But then Minato tries to grab him, but Itachi holds him back, saying that she says no. He's hit by the blast, but then when they see a black rib cage. He says, Susanoo rib. Christian goes, hey, bring my fuss for my side, set. Boom, 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 and says, I got the Susanoo rib cage. He says, come at me again, Wind Blast. Come on. But then he gets pulled. He says, what the? And then sees a figure in the sky who's pulling him up. He says, he pulls out a sword and puts it to his stomach. Puts the bottom of the sword to his stomach. Then he stabs the pain. He goes, so you're the one who's causing all this. He said, also I destructive-proofed her house, so good luck with that. And kicks him down. He goes, Naruto and Jiraiya would activate Sagemon along with Minato. Then they'd all go into the middle, with most of the houses being destroyed, besides, yeah. Then all the Leaf Village start to fight while these guys prepare. All these guys are preparing. All the Uchiha are preparing. I'll be back. Sound effects. Perfect. Holy crap, that hurts. Then all the Uchihas go, you know what? And their Mangekyo Sharingans for Itachi's, which goes to Eternal Flare. They go. Then the Hyugas go. Then all the Hyugas there, aka Neji, Hiyashi, Hanabi, and thing. What's his name? Oh yeah, what's her name? Hinata. They all go. Then Kushina activates her chakra chains. Mikito, I don't think Mikito can fight, goes and saves the children, tries to go around saving children. I'm gonna try and find a Sage Mode sound effect. There is! They all open Sage Mode. And they're all rushing in to stop the pains. They all jump in and... I know, Mom! Give me a second! God! Mom! Like, you can't go 2 seconds without you. No. Oh yeah, give me my computer, Mom. Tsunade is about to get hit. Then Naruto jumps in front, going, Rasengan! Crushing that pain. Then, out of nowhere, Christian, Itachi, and Sasuke, and Minato all go and crush the pain from behind, going, yeah! And there's one more left that Jiraiya is gonna fight. Jiraiya goes, the Toad Sage! Jiraiya, he says, I thought I killed you. And rushes towards Jiraiya punches that pain straight in the face. Christian goes, nice! Kushina goes, yeah! Then they all rush in. He puts all the King of Hells in. Then more of the Akatsuki come. Then Hidan, I'm gonna say Hidan doesn't die yet. Then Hidan, Kakazu, Konan. Look, I'm gonna say none of the Akatsuki died. Deidara, Kisame, all of them are here. All of them jump in. He says, time to go. He says, let's go. Minato goes straight after, Minato goes after, what's his name? Deidara, because he has a feeling that, actually now Christian goes after, Sasuke goes after Deidara. Itachi goes after Kisame. Minato goes after, Kakazu. And Kakashi goes after Hidan. Who's left? Oh yeah, so Sori is taken by Shisui, and Jiraiya and Naruto is fighting your boy, what's his name? Oh yeah, he's fighting Konan. Naruto's fighting Konan, and so is Jiraiya. And there's only one spot left to fight the big pain when he revives all his things. Christian jumps down going, ah! He says, I'll fight all 6 of you and crush you all. He says, no, he says, you guys take care of the Akatsuki members. I'll take him on. He goes, does a fighting stance going, ah! Instantly crushing one of the pains going, ah! Then one of the pain shoots a black rod. Naruto says, watch out. He says, Susanoo! Blocking it with the Susanoo. Then he rushes in with the Susanoo ribcage and manifests both arms. Then he punches. Then the Susanoo arm punches Pain Red in the face, crushing the Diva Path. He goes, ah! Absolutely destroying all the pains. He goes, dah, 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 dah. Then Naruto gets back and helps Christian out. Then Kushina, I'm gonna say Mikito can fight at least. I'm gonna say Mikito can fight. Mikito and Kushina go, wah! I'm kidding. Then Kushina says, the girl kinda seems innocent, don't you think? He says, he says, maybe come. He says, hold up. He says, she said, Kushina walks slowly towards her and asks why she's doing this. She says that she wants peace. She says, going with the Akatsuki won't do anything. If they take all the 10 tails won't do that. Person says, guys, I don't think y'all realizes, but y'all ain't that intelligent. They say, what do you mean? He says, obviously Maru Uchiha isn't alive. It's someone else pretending to be him. Even if they got the Sharingan, then they're part of the Uchiha that survived. As he's punching Pains out of the way, going, yeah. He says, I think I know who it is. He says, Kakashi, hopefully I don't shock you with this one. He says, oh, but then he doesn't get to finish his sentence. When he says, oh, he gets punched in the face. He goes, ah, and slides. He says, well, great, I forgot what I was going to say now. Thanks a lot, dude. He says, now I'm going to eliminate you all. He goes, Chidori, in both of his hands. He goes, Sasuke says, then they all put them in the middle. Then all the Akatsuki members go back to back. Christian goes, he says, what is that weakling gonna do? Christian goes, then his lightning in his hands turns giant, and then it turns into plasma. He goes, then Itachi would jump in, charging up a fireball, going, Katon! No, then he'd power up a Amaterasu. Shish would come in, powering up a fireball himself. Sasuke going with Kiri, Naruto going with Rasen Shuriken, Minato going for a Rasen Flash Super Circle Dantao Stage 3. Jiraiya going for a Rasengan. They all power up their jutsus. Grishin goes, he goes, Plasma Fists! Then crushes the ground below him. Then 2 waves of plasma come and clash the Akatsuki. They all go, Christian says, then Christian disappears and kicks Konan out of there, saying that she's innocent. Then Naruto charges up a Rasen Shuriken, going, and says, throwing the Rasen Shuriken. Sasuke launches Kirin. Kakashi would launch a Kamui. They'd all go for their attacks, and they'd launch them, going, absolutely annihilating the entire Akatsuki. Hidan's literally ashes. He goes, Christian says, we did it. Out of excitement, Sasuke and Christian go, and then their Mangekyo Sharingans evolve into, because remember, excitement is one of the requirements of the Sharingan to upgrade. And it upgrades to the Eternal Mangekyo. He goes, bring my phosphor, I'm a son. Itachi also puts a stronger seal on Sasuke's curse mark, going, doo-doo. It's way stronger than Kashi's. They all say, we did it! We beat him! They're all super happy that they did it. He says, Christian says, we're not done yet. Christian says, Naruto, and grabs a black rod and stabs it in him. They say, what are you doing? He goes, then he senses the chakra. He says, Jiraiya, you mind following me? He goes, sure. He follows the chakra and gets over there and goes into a giant tree and rips it open. He goes, Jiraiya says, Nagato? He goes, Jiraiya Sensei. He says, Konan? She says, hello, Jiraiya Sensei. He says, Nagato says that he's gonna reverse all the damage he done because he knows that these guys can bring peace. He's a little bit hesitant at first until Christian goes, using his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan to scare him a tiny bit. He goes, and says, I guess you guys could bring peace. And does the Rinne Rebirth. He says, Nagato, no! Then Nagato would go and use the Rene Rebirth. Then Nagato would die. Christian says, he's not fully dead. He said, Jiraiya says, Christian grabs Nagato, rips out all the rods in him. He says, he's gonna need to eat after he gets reanimated. He puts him in a coffin, then puts him under, then reanimates them and says, he says, you're back alive now. He goes, now, next, he goes, do you guys have, like, any food, like, literally? He says, like, cause these is literally my inner spine, and my stomach is pushing against it. Christian says, and says, we have to get a big feast when we go home. Nagato puts on their old robe that they used to use for, like, their thing before Yahiko died. I do this, and Christian says, he says, Kushina, you might know him, but this is Nagato Uzumaki, aka Pain, but he's changed. He's fine. He's not gonna destroy nothing. Christian says, time to prepare a feast. He goes, there's the sun, it's the sea, it calls me, and you are human. And then cooks it all, and then Nagato finally gets back to his original state. He goes, He says, happy Nagato? He goes, Christian says, Nagato looks like he's normal again. Christian says, yes! He says, I'm finally bringing peace back to the world. And after a while, him and Sasuke start to train. And Shisui and Itachi decide to be the Hokage's guards. But before the 5 Kage summit, but they are the guards, they go for the Chunin exam, since Christian and Sasuke, none of them actually passed, except for Naruto, except for all of their friends, except for Naruto, Sasuke, Christian, they're still getting. And when the exams start, these three would on be on a team. And they just wreck through all of it, until it's the final match, the final 3. Naruto would show tons of Chunin material, and Tsunade would write down Naruto would be Chunin, because she already sees enough Chunin, and he's also a hero, along with everyone else. And writes that down. But then Naruto would be knocked out. He goes, alright Sasuke, it's time. She says Naruto will still become Chunin, even though, because somehow Shikamaru became Chunin because of his smart tactics. Naruto did tons of smart tactics, and didn't even use Sage Mode. Kurien says, excuse me, is Sharingan prevented? He says, no, it's a Kekkei Kaiso now. He goes, Sharingan! They both activate their eternal Mangekyous. Then they go, then they have he says, but you cannot use the Susanoo. They go, Christian says, Amaterasu! Burning Sasuke, he goes, ah! Then he releases it, and then he kicks Sasuke straight in the face. He goes, ah! Then they clash with their ninja blades, Sasuke cutting him in the arm. He goes, dang it! Then he gets kicked in the face. He goes, then he kicks, then he goes, ah! And they both clash fists. He says, screw it, it's the final match, who cares if we get kicked? Who cares if we get knocked out of here? He goes, Susanoo! Sasuke says, yeah! Susanoo! They go, they're fighting each other with Susanoo, and Shikamaru says, screw it, I don't even care, this is entertainment. They go, then when they're finally too tired to use their Susanoos anymore, they clash, and then Sasuke goes, with a thunderclap, be gone. Christian goes, plasma fists, then punches the ground. Then they both hit each other with their strongest attacks. Then they both fall to the ground. Then they get right back up. They get back up a couple of seconds later, bruised and bloodied. He goes, Christian goes, then they both, Sasuke says, let's end this. Christian says, Chidori! Tsunade writes down a check mark on both their names. They go, charging up the biggest Chidori of their life. Then they clash, going, but right when they're about to clash, Christian says, Amaterasu, around the Chidori. Sasuke also does that, and then they clash. They go, and then the explosion, a giant explosion that breaks the first row seats, which no one is in. And then they fall. Then these two fall down. They go right next to each other, going. Then they fist bump, going. Yeah. He says. Then when they get to the Hokage office, they're all three of them are announced as Chunin. They go, yeah, bring my force for our sight. He goes, yeah. Then Naruto would go to the Killer Bee Island. Go to the Turtle Island to control the Nine Tails. Christian decides that he wants to help. He goes into the Psyche with Naruto to help him out with this fight, but he only hides in case Naruto's in dire danger. And when the Nine Tails goes to corrupt him, Christian says, "Plasma Fist!" electrocuting the Nine Tails, so he stops. He goes, "Urgh." He says, "You, how'd you get in here?" He says, "Reasons, Nine Tails, regions." He goes, "Chidori!" hitting him the Chidori. He goes, "Boom." Then Christian jumps and picks him up. He goes, power bomb! And power bombs Kurama. Then when Kurama goes for a giant, like he says, I'll end you like I did it to the fourth Hokage, and Kushina does for it. Christian jumps in front, saying, Susanoo! Then he blocks it with a Susanoo. He becomes a little bit smaller than the Nine Tails. Then these two battle all out, going, then he punches Kurama in the face. He goes, then he goes, then he punches him. Then Naruto would finish him, go, Rasen Shuriken, and throw it down, hitting him with a Rasen Shuriken. Then stealing all of his chakra. Going into KCM, he says, nice, Naruto. Then Naruto combines that with Sage Mode, saying that it's much easier. So now he has KCM Sage Mode. So now I'm gonna say that's equivalent to full power Mangekyo Sharingan. Then when they get back, Christian accompanies Itachi and Shisui on the 5 Kage Summit. Well, Minato would accompany her along with Itachi and Shisui. Christian wouldn't be there. He'd be training with Sasuke, going, also admiring their new Chunin vests. He goes, oh yes, this is the life. He says, for being an Uchiha, you get a custom Uchiha Leaf Police Force vest. He goes, you know, like this better. He says, I already like this outfit better. He says, I could do. He goes, woohoo! He goes, I got a new outfit. He says, that is the most hyperactive kid I've ever seen. He's so happy over an outfit. I wouldn't be this happy. I would never be this happy over a tiny little outfit. She says, you'd never be happy if you got $1 million. He says, yeah, because money isn't everything. She says, yeah, I know that. I'm just saying, like, if you did get it, you wouldn't care. You'd be like, put it. If anything, you'd say, put it back. We don't want the money. That would just anger the kids. They'd go, I'd probably just go and try and Rasen Shuriken you. They try and Rasengan, all the Rasengans. And that's it for this. Goodbye. Hold on. 29 minutes.